Hey everyone, and welcome to lesson 1.3 of Elite Youth Business Academy Exploring Opportunity. My name is Guhan,
And I'm Soham.
and let's get into it. So, giving a brief overview on what we're going to be talking about today, we're first going to recognize sources of opportunities. Then we're going to identify different types of opportunities so you know which one's which. And lastly, we're going to go over making personal goals and being able to take control of these opportunities. Now passing it on to Soham.
So today we're going to start off by talking about recognizing opportunity. So to be a successful entrepreneur, it is really important to look for new business ideas and original business ideas that can actually blossom into good opportunities for you to actually take advantage of and build off of in the industry you want to go into. And it has to be something you're truly interested in. Otherwise, you're just not going to enjoy doing your work and you're going to lag behind, and you might even have mental health issues. So this stuff you're interested in, maybe like hobbies, past job experiences that you may have liked, or even like new discoveries or innovation you've created or found. If you do something you like, you are definitely more likely to invest time and more time and more effort into this company to help it succeed. And now passing on to Guhan.
Now I'm going to be going over identifying opportunity. So what you want to do is be consistently researching market needs. Before starting your business, it is recommended that you research the industry of your choice. So for example, if Soham wants to get into creating his own computers, he'd be recommended to research the tech industry, see any competitors, and map them out, as well as identify any needs or gaps within the fine lines of the market. With these steps, he'd be able to identify a product that will fill in these gaps and basically create a solution to these needs, which will automatically generate demand within customers.
So here are some options of research you can do. You can find different sources of information through the internet, various libraries across the country or internationally. You can find it on various internet websites. You can find it in like hardcover books and stuff like that in those libraries. And you can use these sources to compare various different opportunities. And you can ask yourself 6 different questions. Number 1, is there truly a market for this business? If there's no market, there's no point even going into this business. There's no point wasting your time. Number 2, what is the budget you require to start this business? This is crucial because if you don't know the money you're going to spend on this business, you have a high chance to fail, because if you overspend or underspend, you're either way going to not have enough to produce the product that you want to sell. And the third thing, how much time can I commit to this project? It's important to set realistic goals about how much, and be realistic with your time management, to see how much time you can actually commit to this project, because everyone has their own time, other time commitments, other priorities and other stuff that's going on in their lives. So it's really important to understand how much time you're willing to, or you physically can dedicate to this project or this company. The fourth question is, what are the associated risks? Before starting a business, it's important to understand what risk you are taking by opening your own business venture, because if you don't take that into consideration, you're going into this la la land zone where you don't know, you think everything's good and you're going to succeed, but that's not always the case. So it's important to understand the risks associated with your venture. Number 5, does my knowledge background prepare me for this role? This is where it's important to take a self-assessment to understand your aptitudes and your strengths and your weaknesses, to understand specifically if you're ready for this role to be a CEO or an entrepreneur and run your own business. Number 6, the last question, how much money can you realistically make? So here it's important to understand, based off your budget and other different factors that go into starting a business and running it, it's important to consider and kind of try to predict the amount of money you can make in a certain amount of time. And if it's less than the ideal amount you want to make, then it's not really worth starting your own business, because you kind of know it's bound to fail eventually.
So now I'm going to be talking about setting reasonable goals. So the most common acronym that people use when setting reasonable goals is the SMART goals. So SMART goals are goals that can actually be accomplished and are defined. It's an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, timely. Going into these a little more closely, specific goals are those that it's really targeted on what you're trying to do. It's not like a generalization. So for example, a specific goal would be, I want my company to raise $500,000 in investment. A measurable goal following that is something that you can actually measure. So for example, how close you are to that $500,000. If you're not able to measure a goal, you can't track your progress over time. An attainable goal is something that you can attain and achieve. A realistic goal is something that makes sense. So for example, if I'm starting a company and I say, my SMART goal is to generate $1 trillion within my first year, that's not very realistic. And lastly, timely. So if you notice on the end of all these, I said in a year, I gave a date for it. This is what makes a goal timely, and it makes sure that I am able to achieve this. Additionally, there are two types of goals for your organization and that you can set as an entrepreneur: financial and non-financial. But all of these must be realistic. So financial goals include things related to money, so things like income, spending, debt repayment, whereas non-financial goals are things that are more intangible and things not related to money directly. So things like serving the community, personal satisfaction, solving a problem. These are often more difficult to measure, but if you're able to create a standard for this, it should be possible.
So now we're gonna go over some practice questions for you guys. Number one, what are some sources for business research? And I'm gonna pause so you can understand and answer the question. Number two, what does the SMART acronym stand for? Number three, why is it important to research the market before you start a business? And four, what are some sources of business opportunity? I'll let you guys answer that, and then we're going to go to the next slide now. So here are the answers for those questions. Number one, some sources could be like the internet, libraries, websites, books, and almanacs and encyclopedias, etc. Number two, the SMART acronym stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Number three, you need to map out the competition and identify any gaps and problems within the business to understand, which is why it's important to research the market before you start a venture. And number four, some sources of business opportunity could be like hobbies, past job experiences, or new discoveries or innovations you've created. And now for our joke of the day, which Guhan's gonna bring up.
So Soham, where do DJs research about business?
Gee, I don't know, Guhan. Where do they?
Wikipedia.
What a funny joke.
That was very funny, guys. So thank you guys so much for listening to our video today. We hope you guys learned a lot, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via our email or our Instagram, and we hope to see you guys for the next lesson. Bye.